Alright, welcome back. It is Monday. Did a test this morning for nitrites, and I am no longer at 0 parts per million. It's not exactly purple, but it is starting to get darker blue, which is a good sign. So not quite 0.25, but definitely above 0 parts per million. And there's it against background. So it's right around there, which is good news. And as we move through the nitrogen cycle, we are waiting for a hint of nitrates with an A. And what I will start doing is on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays I will dose some ammonia, pure ammonia, into the system that I showed in a previous video. So let me check in with my log that I keep and show you where things are at. Alright, so we're on day 13. As mentioned, today's October 27th, and it's the arrival of nitrites. And from there, I use this log for my fresh water, and I keep track of it now for the salt water. And I could use a computer spreadsheet, but I find that writing it down seems to be a lot easier and more efficient for me, so it works. Let me see, as far as update on products, I think I'm going to start or try and use some of this Renew, even though it's primarily for denitrification. It's just sitting around. It's media that I could be using in my filter, and so I'm going to place that into the Aqueon hang on the back filters that are on the saltwater tank. Again, I know this is for denitrate primary, but I will have a flow greater than 50 gallons per hour, so it's mainly just adding media for to assist in the building of the biological filter for the as far as giving more, I want to say space, but that's the wrong word. It provides additional area for the nitrogen cycle to take place, especially in the filter, because they hang on the back filters. The idea is I'm going to, once I'm done and they're off of the display tank for the saltwater, I'm going to put at least one of them onto my quarantine tank. And so I will need media that's been on a tank since the cycling process, and then I can switch it over to the 10-gallon quarantine tank and start ordering fish. But that's way out in the future, so just a thought. I'll probably do a video on my quarantine tank, and I'll make reference to that in the future. Running low on the Windex I use to clean the outside of my tanks, so I need to order some more of that. This is what I use. It's as vinegar, so it is ammonia free, and it seems to work well for me, so I thought I'll put that out there. And products that I haven't had a chance to use yet, but I'm looking to start using on my freshwater tank. Bought this originally, it was supposed to be placed into the substrate. The idea is you break it up into small chunks. very small pieces, not chunks, but pieces the size of probably grapes or smaller, and even smaller than grape size. I mean, you can go. The idea is to break it up into really small pieces and sprinkle it in your substrate. If especially if you do a dirted tank. My tank, I decided not to go with a dirted tank, but I never used the product, and it is something that's 5 pounds, and so I don't like things to go to waste too much, so I'm going to figure out a way to put some of it into, bear with me if I can get this out of the bag here, the idea. It's a big block of clay, so either cut it up and maybe put it underneath the rocks, or I don't know, I'm going to figure out some use for it in a freshwater tank. So yeah, 5 pounds, Mexican pottery. It is non-toxic, and it is pure, basically clay. So I don't plan on doing any other pottery projects. So, and just came in, I had to refill my acid